They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The throw complete. Trubisky to Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
7 yards there and a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Taken down at the 22.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, Breeze. He's got Smith here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the Saints.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The throw from Breeze into the hands of Smith. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Saints.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Okay, I'm not so great at math. I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He gets it complete to Harris. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. 1st and goal from the 3. They'll run it with Kamara. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Kamara trying again, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard. scoreboard here this afternoon. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Saints 7, Bears nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, 79 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there out of Kamara, 43 yards.
A gain of 43.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes it hard to cover. Look for a bounce-back season in 2020.
2nd and 10 at the 10-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the 1st. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
10-10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From the 22, Trubisky, and he completes it to Cohen. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
By the Saints.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And this one complete to Smith. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First down, Saints.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Touchdown.
Alvin Kamara on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score Saints 20, Bears 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And 6 at the 31-yard line.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
They need stops to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Breeze going to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
34-yard line.
Play action. It's Trubisky. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it
Trubisky to throw again. This pass caught at the 4. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to... And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears. Touchdown. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop.
Taken down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A give. This is Kamara. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Play action. Breeze. On the move to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Check. 53. 57's the mic. Lock 57.
To throw, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Makes the score Saints 35, Bears 13.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now Trubisky on first down. Going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Janoris Jenkins on the coverage.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They go play action with Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
At the 39-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Alvin Kamara.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to...
Now Trubisky lost the football. Oh, he shifts past him. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Well, good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
A 57-yard attempt.
And that is no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
They're there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And down inside the 15 he goes. A Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd down.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And this is picked up by the Saints.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position.
Ready? 5-9.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Drew Brees with a kneel down, and that ought to do it.
On the keeper.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Today's final score.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for the Saints, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.